Hi, my name is Claire. Last summer, on June 4th, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, also known as juvenile diabetes or insulin-dependent diabetes. I'd like to share with you what that means to me and how it has changed my life. Glucose is the main source of energy for the cells that make up muscles and other tissues in our body. Glucose comes from two major sources, the food we eat and our liver. During digestion, sugar is absorbed into the bloodstream and enters the cells with the help of insulin. The hormone insulin comes from the pancreas, a gland located just behind the stomach. When we eat, the pancreas secretes insulin into our bloodstream. As the insulin circulates, it acts like a key by unlocking microscopic doors that allow sugar to enter our cells. In type 1 diabetes, our immune system, which normally fights harmful bacteria or viruses, attacks and destroys the insulin-producing cells, also called beta cells, in the pancreas. Now my pancreas can't make insulin, so all of that sugar that my cells need for energy ends up in my bloodstream, causing problems. In type 2 diabetes, the pancreas is still making insulin-producing cells. They just aren't doing their job. People with type 2 diabetes can improve the effectiveness of their beta cells by exercising and watching what they eat. For me, though, it doesn't matter how much I exercise or how healthy I eat, I just don't have insulin. You might be wondering, how has type 1 changed my life? Every 3 months, I travel to Riley Hospital for Children in Indianapolis. Riley is a great place with lots of nice people and incredibly brilliant doctors. When we are up there, we see that even though my illness is hard, it could be a lot worse. There are lots of kids who are really sick. We try to do something fun when we are in Indianapolis, so it's not all about doctors, hospitals, and diabetes. When I was at Riley the first time, I got to meet my favorite football player, Bob Sanders, from the Indianapolis Colts. Another way things have changed for me is that I have to check my blood sugar several times a day. I check it before I eat anything, before I go to bed, and whenever I feel like it might be too high or too low. Sometimes, if I had a really busy or stressful day, or if I'm sick, I have to get up at 2 a.m. to check it. How do I know if it's too high or too low? Here are the signs that it might be too low. I get shaky, a headache, dizzy, weak, confused, and very irritable. Just ask my brother. This is how I feel if it's too high. I might have a headache or feel sick to my stomach, or maybe I will be really thirsty and need to use the bathroom a lot. High blood sugar also leaves me unable to concentrate. Ideally, my blood sugar should be between 80 and 180. That will help me avoid the negative long-term effects having too much sugar in your blood can cause, such as eye, heart, and kidney disease. How do I keep my blood sugar in that range? I inject insulin every time I eat anything with carbohydrates. That doesn't mean just food with sugar. Almost everything has carbohydrates, even broccoli. Back to the shot. Does it hurt? Yes, a little. It depends where I get it. I usually get a shot 4 or 5 times a day. Yuck! You might be wondering how I know how much insulin to get. This is where it all gets complicated, and I'm thankful for all of the math homework and math classes I have been lucky enough to have at EDS. So what happens if I get too much insulin? Then my blood sugar would go low and I might go into insulin shock. If it's not too low, I can have something sweet like a real Coke, fruit juice, or some Skittles that will raise it up. If it gets moderately low, I might start acting confused, have double vision, and be really angry. I might not even be able to swallow Coke. If that happens, someone needs to squirt cake gel into my cheeks, and that should raise my blood sugar. The worst case scenario, my blood sugar could go so low that I might have seizures or be unconscious. For that we have the big shot. Someone has to inject me with that to raise my blood sugar fast. Chances are that won't ever happen. Exercise can make my sugar go low. So before I start an activity, I have a snack. usually something small, like an apple or a glass of milk. Then I eat a snack every 30 minutes until I'm done exercising. What can make my blood sugar be high? If I don't get enough insulin when I am stressed or if I am sick, my blood sugar can be high. The night before the first day of school, my blood sugar got up to 372 at 2 a.m. That was the highest it has been since I was diagnosed. You know, there are lots of famous people that you might not realize also have type 1 diabetes. For example, actress and television star Mary Tyler Moore, NFL quarterback Jay Cutler, pro golfer Scott Verplank, and my personal favorite, Nick Jonas from the Jonas Brothers. So you see, this disease shouldn't slow me down or keep me from doing anything. In fact, the doctors at Riley Hospital think they might have a cure in the next 10 years. That is our family's hope, and we try to remember that by wearing these special blue wristbands in support of the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. They are working really hard to find a cure because even though type 1 diabetes accounts for only 10% of all diabetics, the number of kids diagnosed is increasing every day. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day to learn about type 1 diabetes. We are thankful to be a part of such an amazing fundraising event and look forward to walking to cure diabetes.
Goes by, still no reason.